Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, RV extraordinaire, coming today at a campground. And I'm going to be showing you the proper way to empty your black tanks, if indeed you have a black tank rinse connected to your trailer. That's probably the easiest way. If you don't, you can always drag a garden hose inside and drop it down in your toilet to accomplish the same thing that we're going to be going over here today. So let's get started. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is check to see how full your black tank is. And as you can see, it's 2/3 full. So now, to make it easier for yourself, what you would want to do is have yourself, after you have your water pressure regulator, put a little T or Y, whatever you want to call it, and you want to have a separate hose going to your black tank rinse. You do not want to use your drinking water hose. That way there, in the event the check valve were to fail, it's not getting into your freshwater hose. So you have it hooked up here. Now what we want to do is we want to turn it on and go back inside, and we're going to watch. We want to make sure we fill it up. Now, the reason why you want to fill the black tank up all the way is because gravity is your friend. Keep in mind that your tank is in between your rails, and it's maybe about that tall. So, you know, if it's only 1/3 full and you're letting it go out, it's not going to be pulling out the stuff it needs to pull out. All those liquids are going to come out. You're going to have a problem with the solids. So this is why you want to fill the tank up. Make sure that you stay on task. Do not get sidetracked. There are two bad things that could happen in the event that you get sidetracked. One, if the seal on your toilet doesn't hold, then everything's going to back up inside your camper. Not something you want to have happen. Now, let's just say that the seal on your toilet did its job and it stopped it from leaking back into your camper. Well, that's the good news. The bad news is now it's going to run up the vent tube for the black tank, and it's going to be coming out all over the top of your camper. And you know what kind of mess they call that. So let me show you how we do this. So you turn on the valve out there, and you come in here, and you're going to sit here and wait until it shows that your tank is full. Keep in mind that depending on how much is not in there, you know, it could take a little bit of time. I would not recommend that you time it to see when it's full. I would actually tell you to really watch it right here and make sure that when it's full, you're out there and you pull it. Okay, so now it's full. So now let's go on out and show you what we do here. Okay, so now one thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a nice set of gloves. I love these gloves here. These are Carhartt gloves. They're rubber. Really great for gripping. Now what you're going to want to do, you still have the water running into your black tank. You're going to open up the valve here. And of course you want to make sure that you have a clear end down here. The reason for that is after we get done rinsing things out, you're going to be able to see that it's running clear, and that's what you want to do. That's the whole purpose of this black tank rinse. Okay, so now you're going to notice most people are going to have a sticker next to their black tank rinse, and that sticker is going to tell you that you must have the valve open to rinse out your black tank. I tell you just the opposite. I think it's more of a legality standpoint, because if you don't stay on task, as I mentioned, you're going to have a couple bad things that happen. So right now it's running. Now my tank is empty, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the valve again, and we're going to go ahead and let the tank fill up a second time to make sure that we have it rinsed clean. Now you might have to do this process 2 or 3 times to actually get things clean, but do it whatever works for you, and then I'm going to show you what you do at the end to make sure that you're not going to have an issue with these sensors and or odors if you follow these instructions. Now just in about 2 minutes, it's already at 1/3 full. So we're going to go ahead and let that thing fill up, and we're going to dump it again. After about another 3-4 minutes, it's up to 2/3 full. Okay, so now it's registering full. So now we must go back out and pull the valve. Now don't feel as though you need to rush out here, because once it's registering full, it really is not all the way full. And so as you can see now, we're running a little clearer than we were before. It looks like I'm going to need probably one more rinse through, and I think we'll be good to go. So as you can see now, it's really coming out slow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this tank one more time to make sure that I have this thing cleaned properly. Then of course you pull it again, and let's see what it looks like. Much clearer this time, as you can see. And that's what you want to see when you know that your black tank is clean. Now, as far as the chemical is concerned, the one I use is Pure Power. You only need 2 ounces. By the way, they have a little measuring thing on the sides that you can do. I really don't measure. I just pour a little bit in there, and then I'm just going to flush it down. And then always leave a little bit of water in your toilet bowl, so that way there it keeps the seal from getting hard and keeps odors from coming back up. Now, another thing concerning the chemicals, make sure you use one that is formaldehyde free. If you have been using one with formaldehyde, it is going to take quite some time for you to rinse your tank through in order for a formaldehyde free chemical to work. So just keep that in mind. Now, once you have it where it's rinsed through, what you want to do is you want to close that valve and throw a few gallons into your black tank. Then you want to run inside, throw some chemical down there, and leave it there, so that way there, as you're towing it home, it's sloshing around there, keeping your tank clean, and it'll be ready for your next camping trip. So once you're done with that, then you pull the gray tank valve to rinse through your stinky slinky. And everything is done at that point. Wrap it up and head on home. So I hope that was helpful for you. Any questions, by all means, just put it down below. Of course, my contact information is down below as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.